Welcome to Brunswick Biz on ATMC TV. I'm your host, Kat Newton. This month we visit with Private Italy Tours, ASAP Realty, and Unleash It Martial Arts. Stick around for the next 30 minutes as we connect Brunswick County, one business at a time. With Mark Smith, owner of Private Italy Tours, and a great opportunity for visitors and residents of Brunswick County. So we wanted to get you in here and tell our viewers what great services you can offer them. So thanks for coming.
Oh, my pleasure, Kat. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, now you are in Asheville most of the time, but you're still teaching here at Brunswick Community College.
I am. I started teaching classes at Brunswick Community College in '03 when I first moved to the coast.
Okay.
And in the course of my very first class, a lady came up to me during the break and said, "Mark, have you ever thought about sharing the places you've written about in your book with travelers?" And it was literally one of those moments when the light bulb went off over my head. And I thought, let me understand this. You want to pay me to take you to Italy? Is that essentially what it is? And that was when the company was formed. By the end of '03, I had all of the appropriate tax and funding together. The fall of '04 was the first season. And it's followed and grown since then.
Oh, wow. What a great business. What a great job to have. I mean, helping people as well as getting to relive the Italy and Greece and all that stuff.
It's wonderful. It really is.
Excellent.
And over the course of time, I've added now what totals 4 different itineraries. So we cover northern Italy, the lake region. We go to Venice and Tuscany. We have a trip that includes the province of Umbria and La Marche, which are sort of the heart of the peninsula. A lot of people don't know those provinces, and they're treasures. And then the southern trip is Sicily and the Amalfi Coast.
Okay.
They're generally 2 weeks in length.
Okay, great.
Some of them are a little shorter.
Now, I want to go back to the classes that you teach. So what exactly do you teach?
Well, there's now 2 different courses. One's called Travel in Italy, which is a 4-week or 4 two-hour session class, dividing the peninsula into 4 major regions and talking about how people can arrive, get around, use the trains, rent a car, rent a villa, and places to see that often are off the map for tourists, things that I would recommend that they see. One of the offshoots of that class has been itinerary planning, which is helping clients put together their own trip, but with the help of someone who knows and understands Italy. So we can put people in touch with guides, get them a villa, a hotel, all of the things that would help take that responsibility away from the client, and they can go to Italy or Greece and have a great time.
Okay, so your students who take the class, they don't necessarily have to go on the trip that you provide, but obviously they're more than welcome to.
Sure, of course. What I found is that there's a lot of people who want to either relive their experience of being in Italy years ago, just kind of relive the memory. They may be thinking about a trip and they're not sure how to do it. Or they may know that they're going to go to Italy, but they need help with the itinerary. And that's usually what happens. Often, people in class will come up and say, "Well, Mark, I understand you lead tours." And in deference to Brunswick Community College and the other places I teach, I can't imply any endorsement from the educational institution for my tours. So I only can do that during break or afterwards. Okay. So this is not a sales opportunity for the company.
Right.
It's my passion and love of Italy to share with people in class. That's it.
Now, I meant to mention that our viewers might have seen you on an interview we did a few years ago.
Thank you very much.
About, about your books here.
Yep.
Do you still bring these books into your classes and teach what you've written about?
I do. I often will read segments from the books, and that's how people often find out about them, because they're not well publicized. I am working on 2 other books. I have no idea when they'll be done, but I am working on them. And normally people are sort of surprised that there are books out there because it's not something I publicize heavily. I love Italy and I love sharing it. The books happen to be a nice way to do that.
Good. Now, what about Greece? What does the itinerary look like for that?
Well, the introduction to Greece actually began on Sicily, because Sicily was one of the very first Greek colonies of any size in the Mediterranean, 8th century BC. Giardini Naxos, which is on Sicily, was the birthplace of the Greek colonies on that island. And I began to think, there's a lot of similarities to Sicily that I want to explore in Greece. And so for 2 years, I went over and back on exploration trips, 1 week each, while I was in Italy, so I could do it easily, less expensive. The trip is really an exploration at an easy pace of some places people know and some they don't. Meteora, which are the Turkish monasteries on the cliffs way north of Athens. Delphi, most people know. The monastery of Hosios Lukas, which is one of the Byzantine treasures of Greece. We go to Nafplion, Mycena, Corinth. We also take the clients to Santorini and Mykonos, Delos, Ios. So there's an opportunity to see some places people know. But Greece is a treasure, and I think people are afraid of it because of the political situation.
Right.
But we've never had, knock wood, we've never had any trouble with that.
Okay. Now, for your tours that you do take over there, how involved are you? Is it kind of that people can go on about, do their own thing sometimes, or is it all the group stays together, you visit everything same time?
We the trip is organized so that the villas we usually base our clients at a villa, so in the evenings they not only unpack for the trip, but they can just sit, have dinner, enjoy some wine. I usually leave the group in the evening so that they can have just fellowship time. And I try to plan, in most itineraries we do this, 1 or 2 open days so that the clients can say, Mark, we'd like to go into Florence again, or we want to go back to San Gimignano if they're on that trip, or we want to go to Como. And we make arrangements to let that happen, but there is some open breathing space on this trip.
Okay, well good. Now, some of our viewers might be watching this and they've never left North Carolina, Brunswick County, who knows what they've been able to do.
Right.
If they're interested in going, first of all, what do you hope that they can get or experience through going on the trips with you?
Well, it's one of the greatest compliments I get from clients, and a lot of them have been from retirement communities that we have down here on the coast and in western North Carolina, is that they didn't have to worry about anything, and they could focus on the culture, the food, the wine, the experience of traveling without having to worry about anything. The greatest hope I have, and probably the best compliment I can have when people come home, is that they didn't have to worry about anything and they want to go back tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
It just makes me feel that I was able to get them into the culture so deeply that they want to experience more.
Well, good. And if someone's just starting to learn about, and they just kind of want to start figuring things out, find out just what the country is all about, and they decide to take one of your classes, what's something that you hope that they can take away from that?
A lot of people in the class have never been to Italy, so one of the things that they try to get a sense of is if they do go, where do they want to go? Do they want to go to Sicily? Do they want to go to Naples? Do they want to explore the lake region, the Dolomites, Venice, whatever it might be? So in the course of conversation, a lot of questions will come up about, well, could we fly into Rome and then maybe stay a couple days and then go to Naples and see? So it helps them begin to structure the trip they may want to do on their own, and that's another, I think, good benefit of the class.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the hardest things because you never know, like, what countries you want to spend more time in. Obviously, Rome's going to have a lot more to see and history and stuff like that, but then, you know, is it a day's worth? Is it 4 days worth? So that's great for you to be able to help them figure that out.
And I weave into the class kind of fun ways to learn a little bit of traveling Italian so that they get a little bit more comfortable understanding the language.
Okay.
Not fluency, but comfort, I guess.
Well, good, right. Now, if someone, like we said, is interested, what is the best way that they can look up for your classes first?
Well, the classes are through Brunswick Community College, and Lori Summerlin is the registrar for continuing ed there. I do teach in Asheville at the Center for Creative Retirement, which is now an Osher Lifelong Learning Institute through the University of North Carolina, Asheville. I teach at Blue Ridge Community College in Flat Rock, if there happen to be living, like some folks have summer homes up there.
Right, right.
But the best contact locally would be Lori Summerlin, and I believe that when this class wraps up, which I'm teaching right now in Southport, I probably will be back in November to do another 4-day consecutive class on travel.
Good, great. That's
but
good
Lori's
to
a good
know.
contact.
Okay, and then if someone just is ready to go straight to Italy and ready to jump on board with your tour, what's your business contact?
The best place to go is the website, and it's the company name is Private Italy Tours. The website is private-italy.com.
Okay.
And all of the information, all the itinerary detail, prices, everything are there,
great.
all the dates.
Good. All right, well, Well, thank you so much for coming down here.
Kat, my
doing
pleasure.
the interview. Excited for people to really know about this opportunity. I think it'll be perfect for them.
Well, I hope they'll give me a call, and if not, maybe they'll come to a class. Thank
Yes,
you very much.
yes, thank you.
My pleasure.
We're here at ASAP Realty in Calabash, and I have some great people here to talk to you about their business. But first, just start off by telling our viewers your name and a little bit about what you do here. So we'll start with you, Ryan.
Okay, Ryan Powers, originally from Maryland. My parents retired here in Ocean Ridge, and eventually I migrated south myself and saw them go through the real estate process, trying to figure out where they wanted to live, and there's a lot that goes into it, trying to figure out that right community and the perfect location, and they eventually chose Ocean Ridge. They've been really happy here, and I eventually moved here myself and try to help folks like them.
Okay,
find the
very
perfect
good.
home.
And Anna?
I'm Anna Arlington. I'm originally from New Jersey. I moved down here about 8 years ago to play golf and realized that the real estate here was amazing. I love living here, and I got my license about 5 years ago, and I've been practicing ever since and enjoying every minute of it.
Very good. And lastly, Joy.
I'm Joy Seibel from Binghamton, New York, and I was in real estate for a few years in Binghamton before a friend of mine was in Myrtle Beach, and she said, "Come on down." So I've been here for 20 years selling real estate on the beach, and probably 15 in Calabash area. Just loving it and looking forward to helping as many people as we can to find the dream down here.
Okay, very good. Well, it sounds like y'all all really enjoy what you do. I guess, Ryan, first, you start off by telling us what services do you offer here at ASAP Realty?
Well, we've got listings. We'll list homes and condos for sale as well as lots. But we also work with buyers quite a bit and try to help them discover the area and figure out that perfect community for them. So we do it all.
Okay. Now, do y'all rent homes as well, or are you mostly?
I mean, I think that's kind of what separates us. We're customer service oriented at heart. We do whatever we can to help people. I've got a few clients right now that I'm helping rent. We don't typically have a rental business, but we try to help folks however we can.
Gotcha. Very good. Now, Anna, can you tell us a little bit about the process? I know, or I guess I've heard, that the market's really starting to turn around and it's kind of getting back to where it should be. Tell us a little bit about the process for a buyer. Where do they even start?
Okay, well, first we basically, when the buyer comes to us, either via internet, referral, walk-in, we sit down with them and try to figure out what it is they're looking for, what their price range is, what community they would like to be in, and whether they want a home or a condo. All that really matters. And we search the MLS and hopefully can find them exactly what they're looking for in their price range. We try never to go over their price range, put them in an uncomfortable situation, and the features that they want.
Very good.
Garage, no garage.
Yeah, every buyer's unique, you know.
Right.
Everyone's coming down to live the dream, but everyone's dream's a little bit different.
Right.
So it's totally up to the buyers.
And we look for the property that suits everything they're looking for, hopefully. And, you know, there have to be concessions somewhere along the way, but I think what separates us is that we focus on that person as much as we can, give them as much of our time as we possibly can. We don't block out a certain number of hours for any of our people. We could spend a whole day. I've spent all day Saturday and all day Sunday with one buyer, just trying to, you know, find what they're really looking for.
Okay, very good. Now, Joy, what about the other side, the seller's side? What is that process, and how does it work when they come in looking for some help to sell their home?
The sellers really do need a realtor's help, because if you're trying to sell it by yourself, all you're doing is sticking a sign in the yard, and chances of a buyer going by and finding that sign are remote. So we have the necessary tools to make that process so much easier. But the sellers, they need to know that we're on the internet via Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, as well as other avenues to advertise for their product. And we try to price it right, be fair. All the realtors have the same tools. So when you're pricing a house, you have to take into consideration what an appraiser is also going to come in and value that house. Okay. So that's a big thing with sellers, but we're always there for our sellers to make sure that we give them constant feedback, constant assurance that we're doing everything possible for them.
Okay.
And the majority of our buyers are searching online before they even come down. So that's where we allocate a lot of our funds is Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com to get it visible and seen before they even come in town.
Okay, well good. So you can have someone who's looking for a $100,000 house or a $1 million home, and y'all can provide services to everyone?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, and we cover some ground too. We'll go all the way up to Wilmington, to Calabash, all the way to Southport.
Myrtle Beach.
Full service. Yeah, we'll go anywhere.
Okay, good.
We're all licensed in South Carolina as well. But yeah, it just really depends. We sell on the beach. We'll sell communities. It just depends on what the buyers want, but we can do it all.
Very good. Now, what about some tips? Like, what would be something for a seller to know if they were starting to get their home ready? What do you think you would tell them just to make sure the house is a little bit more pleasing to the buyers?
Declutter as much as you can.
Okay.
You know, most of the buyers don't want to see all your stuff.
Right.
So as much as you can, try to clean up. And the big thing is priced right.
Okay.
The home's got to be priced right in this market. Like Joy touched on, appraisers are really running this market. If the home won't appraise at a certain value, then someone's essentially got to come in and pay cash for that home.
Okay.
So appraisals are big in this market.
Gotcha.
So therefore, it's got to be priced well.
Okay.
And then it'll sell.
And Anna, what about for the buyers? What are some tips? What do they need to be on the lookout for when they're looking for their homes?
Again, I think the hardest thing is to get yourself everything you want for the price range you're in.
Right.
Let's face it, not everybody comes down here with the deepest pockets, nor do they want to spend all the money they have. So I think you can't, where you set your expectations, be reasonable. And the other thing is be loyal to your realtor. We always tell people we're very loyal, and we are. But we also think that once you pick a realtor and you have that realtor sit with you for any length of time and work with you, take you out, so you're conversing via emails, you should be loyal to that realtor as well.
Okay.
When you start working with other realtors at the same time, it complicates everything, and then it puts the realtor in a very sticky situation.
Now, can you give us just your contact information, telephone number, your physical address in case people want to stop in just to get some information, and then maybe a website?
Yes, our office number is 910-579-2727. That's 2727 ASAP. Our physical address is 10152 Beach Drive, number 5, Yellow Building, Calabash, across from the tea room.
Okay, and y'all have a website?
We do. It's www.asapreltync.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys all for doing the interview.
Thank
I'm
you for
excited
having
to
us,
see
Kat.
where y'all
Appreciate
go. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Joey Moser and Nikki Bird, owners of Unleash It Martial Arts. We're right here in Charlotte. Pretty new business, but also very unique to Brunswick County because I don't know of another place like this that we have right here. So thanks for coming to Brunswick County, and thanks for being on the show. We're excited to have you.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yes, we're very excited. Tell us a little bit how you brought this business here to Brunswick County.
Well, I grew up here in Brunswick County and moved out to California a few years ago. We met through affiliating martial arts schools, and
then I brought you to teach at my school, and then we thought we should go ahead and give it a try from the ground up. And we thought, what better place than where she grew up, which we came to visit a few times, or I came to visit with you, and we liked it.
Found the place, and the area was really great. The community was really really responsive. They liked it. They're like, yeah, go for it. Like, that would be exciting. So
it's true. They're supportive to it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Joey, tell us a little bit about what's the difference between this and some other different kinds of arts that people can do?
Well, generally speaking, what you get with us is self-defense training. You will be learning a curriculum, which is an art. The art's called Shoshu. But compared to maybe some of the other schools, which might be running more off a competition type of setting, this is more of a art that you'll be learning in a training environment, more of a family environment.
Okay.
We strongly try to support that togetherness, family, so it makes it a little more fun and safe.
Okay. And Nikki, tell us a little bit about some of the services that people can get. I know it's anywhere from a little kid to an adult, but what can people learn here?
Well, we start taking in kids like 3 years old. We'll evaluate them and see if they're ready to start training. And we have little warriors classes, or 3 to 6 year olds, big kids, teens, and adults. So we have a difference of group classes, so you can come in and train with everybody, and everything's unlimited. So in our 6 days a week, you come in as much as you'd like. There's private lessons that you have here. So if some people kind of really want to work in solo, by themselves.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because I feel like some people might want to do it, but might feel a little insecure.
Yeah.
And so you can do individual lessons, or you can bring your kids into a whole big group and do everything
exactly.
at once.
Some people are a little more private, so we have scheduled times where no one's here and it's just them, and they get that freedom to kind of, do it and what they want and train without having everyone watching them. And then other kids, people love the show. So they love to watch their kids. They bring in their family members, and they all, cheer on their guys in sparring, things like that.
Okay,
so.
very cool. Well, tell us a little bit, Joey, about when people do come in, what can they expect when it comes to self-defense? Like, are they going to be able to go out into the real world and really know how to defend themselves?
Yes, we would definitely teach you skills to better yourself in a violent altercation. Not that we promote you going to get into it, but your awareness of your surroundings and your body, and your opponent or your attacker would be better. So, yes.
Good. And this is a great exercise, I would assume.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people come here, they're not necessarily looking for something like self-defense or, training and anything. They just want to exercise, they want to lose weight, they want to be fit, and then they also learn the art at the same time. So kind of 2 birds in 1 stone.
Yeah, we kind of trick them into the workout sometimes. we get their mind off the physical part, and before you know it, they're drenched with sweat. Sometimes you don't know if it's the learning or the working out, but I think sometimes it's just as much as the working out as the learning.
Yeah. Now, what about kids? Do you think that they take more than just learning these skills or getting some exercise? Do you think they take away more than that when they leave the classes?
Oh, absolutely. We'll have kids that they come in here and they can't stand still for more than 5 seconds, and we teach them how to focus. They're really disciplined. How to be respectful. So, they're...
In the other way, sometimes we have kids who can't move at all.
Yeah.
And they come in for the opposite reason, that they don't have an active lifestyle. So we teach them how to be physical and how to have fun. Also how to find your voice, a little more confidence, how to speak out loud in front of people.
It's really good socially. Like, we'll have a lot of people who start and this is the only thing that they do. If they're too young for school or they're homeschooled, they just don't have that interaction with too many people. So they come here and they interact with other kids, and they learn to take instruction from people who aren't their parents. So it just really...
all around, it sounds like they can get a lot from this. Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, can you guys show us a little bit? I don't know if there's like a popular move or a main thing that you guys do. Can you show us a little bit about something you might teach a beginner coming in?
Definitely.
What we could show is, obviously I'll have her beat me up.
Okay,
so
there you go.
I don't want to
There
be
you
beating
go.
her up. But we'll work on some of the stuff maybe the yellow belts would work on, or would learn. A lot of times a bigger person will try to overpower you and take you away. She'll just do a move, crossing wrist grab, where she rolls it over. From there, she's
Kick him
going
in
to
the
kick to the face. Oh, she's going to tell.
Break him down.
Oh
So
my.
we'll just let her tell you. How about another one, like maybe the guy tries to grab, and this is a pretty popular thing. Maybe the guy's trying to push you into the wall or something like that and control you. From there, she's going to throw some elbows. Boom, strike the groin. I'm wearing a cup, so it's okay. Boom, boom. And she does that. Maybe I throw a straight right punch. She comes at me.
Woo! That was intense. That was good. I like that. Now, can you show me, like, I have no idea how to even start. Like, if there's a way to punch, like, is there a specific way or a correct way, I guess, to do that?
Yeah, there's a lot to do with the alignment. So you don't want your wrist bent. You want to actually have a good solid fist. And actually, I'll grab a bag here.
Okay.
What I really like to do with the beginners, just to be safe so no one really hurts the wrist by going full force with it bent, we'll start with a heel palm.
Okay.
So it almost looks like a high five.
All right.
And you're going to
I
hit
can do high
right here at the palm of your hand.
Okay.
These are really good for girls because they have like nails. So if you hit someone in the face, you can also claw them in the eyes at the same time.
And I'm going to fix your stance. I want you to just go and face that way. Just bend your legs a little bit. Now what that's doing, it's hiding your groin. In a competition fight, someone's not going to kick you in the groin. You know, in MMA and stuff, you don't see any groin kicks. But in real life, someone's probably going to try to kick you there. So we turn and hide that. Now the good thing about that is now you got a lot of hip turn you can put into that strike. Good. Now from right there, you're going to push off your back leg, twist those hips, and also create a little bit of center line shift. Go ahead and give her the back.
So I'm going to hit
you
this
work with
back?
her, and I'll hold the back.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Now I just hit that?
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Again.
There you go.
That's what we're doing, practicing.
No.
As hard as you want.
Again.
Go for it.
3 more. Ready? Give me 3 more.
There you go. Let's get it out.
2, 1. High five. Okay, when you hit that guy in the face, what's his body going to do?
Backwards.
Yeah, he's going to go back. So now look at when she hits me in the face, my head goes back, groin comes in. This is a good opportunity to strike that groin.
Okay.
So we're going to work on a snap kick. So what we're going to have you do is just roll your toes back and just kick that back.
Roll my toes back. Okay.
Just pop up your knee. Boom.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Kick it out. Go for it.
Okay.
Fantastic. Again.
Oh.
One more time. I like it. It works. Boom. Okay, so here we go. You're going to throw heel palm to a snap kick. Heel palm, snap kick. Good. Again. Go.
Oh my God.
Go. One more time. Go.
I'm sweating.
High five.
Hey, there we go. I like that.
You can see how quickly people get that workout. I mean, you loosen up.
Very good.
And believe it or not, that's the second half of that first move she did on me when I threw the punch. She blocked and then went in for the heel palm, then the snap kick. Boom.
Oh, so it's kind of you get routines down and start to learn.
Absolutely.
Reoccurring themes.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Absolutely.
repetition.
Okay.
We'll teach you by the numbers, so even the kids, people repeat the numbers and they do it in stages, and then they can put it all together.
Okay, cool. Well, if our viewers are interested in coming out here and doing some of the things that they just saw or just getting some more information, what's your contact information that they can reach you at?
Our number's 910-234-8643. They can just come by the location. We have a Facebook page.
Our address is 310 Gray Bridge Road.
Gray Bridge
310
Road.
Big gray building, you can't miss it.
Okay.
You got the light up marquee right outside. Facebook page, Gmail account.
Okay.
unleash.it@martialarts@gmail.com.
Okay, so we'll put all that up so that they can see that as well.
That'd be great.
Yeah, great. And then, anytime we're open, just come on by. We have a lot of people that just walk on in, and even if class is going on with the two of us, I just walk out.
And men, women, and children, you're never too old, and any kid can really do it. A lot of people ask, how young can you start?
Right.
We just signed a 2.5-year-old the other day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and
How
he just
cute.
came out ready to do it, so we evaluated him, and he's taking the class now. So
Very good.
Never too young, never too old.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for being on the show, and thanks for teaching me a little bit of some of the stuff you guys do.
welcome.
And
come in here and do the class with us.
yeah, we
Get your
will.
black belt. You
I
already told
know.
us.
That's what I'm going to do. That's my next bucket list.
Okay.
So thank you guys very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Brunswick Biz, only on ATMC TV. Special thanks to Private Italy Tours, ASAP Realty, and Unleash It Martial Arts. If you have any questions about today's show or would like to see a business on our show, remember it is free. Just give us a call at 755-1770. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next month for Brunswick Biz, when we connect Brunswick County one business at a time. Boutique, a women's and children's clothing store in Ocean Isle Beach, where charming and classic meet fun-loving and playful.